Hi, this is Frankie Mooney, and welcome to this presentation of Surviving a Changing World, 30 ways to protect your mental and emotional health during times of fear, crisis and uncertainty. There is no doubt about it, these are unprecedented times. We are living through a global pandemic, a quarantine, an economic crisis, experiencing a massive amount of global and national deaths, and dealing with all the other impacts those outlined issues continue to cause in our personal and professional lives. There is so much we do not know, so much we don't understand, and so much that is still yet to come. It is a changing world. According to the Washington Post, nearly half of Americans report the corona crisis is harming their mental health. How do we protect our mental health? We must arm ourselves with a firm understanding of our mental health along with practical strategies for coping to protect it, to not only survive but thrive during these times. Risks for mental health. Times which are high in fear, chaos and uncertainty can induce an array of negative emotions, unhealthy coping mechanisms and mental health disorders and ailments. High levels of stress, worry and anxiety tend to be the most commonly experienced emotions during times of crisis. The unknown increases anxiety. The inability to tolerate uncertainty impacts thoughts and behaviours. With increased anxiety, worry and stress, our thoughts become consumed with worst case scenarios and potential negative outcomes. Since negativity feeds on itself, as we dwell on the negative, we think more about the negative until it seems to take over our thoughts completely. We become less capable of experiencing positive emotions and pleasurable experiences as a result of the effect our negative feelings have on our thoughts. This can cause us to make negative behaviour choices, such as disengaging from relationships, refraining from eating, partaking in substance abuse, or lashing out at others. Anxiety can be paralysing, and we risk becoming dormant or stuck, effectively not moving forward in our lives because we do not know what might happen. Let's review the first signs of mental and emotional distress. Noticing these signs and addressing them early on is crucial for your health. Mental and emotional drain. Feeling mental and emotional drain may be one of the first signs of mental and emotional distress. Another sign of distress is an increase in emotional reactivity. A person is likely to be more highly sensitive to normal events and situations, which results in outbursts of anger, frustration, and other negative emotions. Impatience. In conjunction with increased reactivity is decreased patience. Often, tolerance levels are significantly decreased when someone is experiencing mental and emotional distress. This means they react emotionally much quicker than they traditionally would be. Withdrawn. When experiencing emotional and mental distress, the natural instinct is to escape the situation or stimuli causing the distress. This often results in withdrawing from friends, family, and other forms of community. Consider the power of focusing on bright spots and avoiding the landmines. There are specific benefits linked to an intentional focus on positivity and bright spots in the midst of chaos and trauma, and avoiding your negativity triggers. These include decreased stress, enhanced wellness, increased immunity and resilience. Foster the right mindset. In order to foster a mindset, you must first be mindful of your triggers. Take steps to avoid negative thoughts and emotions and their triggers. Take measures to pursue those things that bring you about joy, peace and serenity. Maintaining a logical perspective. Logical thinking is the ability to see the implications of decisions being made, or the ability to see the implications of a situation beyond the present moment in time. Logical thinking is extremely beneficial during times of great chaos because it promotes active learning and sharpens decision-making skills. Strong logical reasoning skills help with self-regulation, helping you to better manage emotions and behaviours during times of distress. Logical thinking combats impulsivity, enhances complex problem solving, and improves the ability to remain calm amidst chaos. How do you foster a logical perspective? Challenge your own perspective by intentionally seeking out information or viewpoints that differ from your own. Assess how much of your perspective is emotion-informed versus information-informed. Take a pause before acting. Being too quick to act can lead to an error because we have not taken adequate time to consider all options or possibilities. How do we deal with fear? We counteract it with reality. To maintain a logical perspective, fear must be kept in check by counteracting it with reality. Fear thrives by causing us to consider all the worst case and what if scenarios, many of which seldom come true. Staying grounded in the here and now is an important way to fight against that. Instead of focusing on what might or what could happen, we ground ourselves in what is occurring in the here and now. Let's review 30 ways to protect your mental health. By implementing these strategies, we can reduce negative emotions, manage stress, and ground ourselves in the midst of these chaotic, fearful, and uncertain times. Establish a routine. Routines act as a type of grounding force to help us be more balanced and are a strong way to protect mental health, particularly during times of chaos and uncertainty. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is a practice that emphasises awareness of thoughts, feelings, sensations as a means of gaining more insight, increasing attention, improving concentration, and enhancing self-control, among many other benefits. Through mindfulness, we can reduce stress, gain greater control over emotions, and decrease rumination. Get rest. When you're well rested, you're better able to deal with stress. Sleep ensures our brains function optimally so that we can respond properly to challenging circumstances. When we sleep, we go into a relaxed state that allows for a release of stress and tension. Sleep can help us process fear and reason through negative feelings so that by the time we wake up, the fear doesn't seem so threatening and our stress level aren't so high. Eat well. Certain foods combat the negative feelings of stress and anxiety that often arise during seasons of fear, chaos and uncertainty. Such foods include dark chocolate, turmeric and chamomile, which have relaxing properties. Exercise regularly. When we engage in any kind of physical activity, there is a release of endorphins that cause an analgesic effect within the body. This means we feel calmer, less stressed, and have more mental clarity. Affirmations. Positive affirmations uplift and encourage our minds and spirits during times of great turmoil and distress. The ultimate effect being changes to our thought processes, habits, environments, and actions as a result. To be effective in combating fear during times of chaos and uncertainty, the phrases and sentences repeated should be those that speak to one's inner strength, infuse hope, and remind one of their own power and abilities. Practice self-care. Self-care is about prioritising the protection of well-being and happiness, particularly during periods of fear, chaos, and uncertainty. Methods of self-care can include stress management, exercise and diet, regular rest and relaxation, mindfulness meditation and journaling. Practice gratitude. Being grateful can serve as a powerful means of refocusing attention and energy when in the midst of a chaotic and stressful situation. Limit media consumption. Too much negative information can take a huge toll on mental health. Limiting the amount of media we take in on a daily basis is a great way to keep ourselves sane and mentally healthy. Seek out meaningful information. Ensure that the information being consumed is accurate and beneficial. This helps you make sound decisions and make judgments based on facts instead of fear or hype. Friends and family. Friends and family can provide the emotional support we need when we're feeling overwhelmed, and offer the encouragement needed to ground us and prevent us from hyper-focusing on negative situations and emotions. Therapy and counselling. Sometimes a trained professional is the best route to take to protect mental health. They can offer techniques and strategies to help manage negative emotions, while also offering emotional support and a safe judgment-free space to discuss feelings and thoughts. Have a laugh. Fear naturally dissipates when you're laughing. Whether it's reading jokes, watching a comedy or funny videos online, humour shifts focus from stress and chaos, diffuses fear, and most important, lifts your mood, thereby giving you the peace and distance needed to help keep you calm and remain grounded. Spirituality. Spirituality can act as a grounding force, reminding you that there is a larger entity in control, and that there is something larger than the self. Breathing techniques. Breathing is a good strategy for regaining a sense of calm in the midst of chaos. Breathing offers the opportunity to take the time to pause, refocus, and really process what's happening and what you're feeling. Get outside. Going for a walk, or even just sitting outside exposes you to vitamin D, which is linked to healthy cognitive function and reduced risks of depression. Breathing fresh air is also good for your mind, body and spirit. Positive thinking. Positive thinking is a way to regain control during times of chaos and uncertainty when fear tries to dominate. Fear often works by causing people to consider the worst case scenario. Positive thinking is about choosing not to focus on potential negative outcomes. By shifting your thoughts, you can shift your focus, thus grounding you mentally and creating a more stable and secure mental footing. Listen to music. Research has shown that music, whether listening or playing, can improve various mental health conditions, including schizophrenia, depression and trauma, all of which can be experienced or exaggerated during times of chaos. Music serves as a powerful medium for processing emotions such as fear or grief, as well as acting as a calming agent for anxiety. Journaling. Journaling can help you track and identify causes of stress and provides a space for you to work through negative thoughts, emotions and behaviours. Meditation. By regularly engaging in the practice of meditation as a means of redirecting and gaining control of your thoughts, you can manage and calm your fears and thus better manage stress. Relaxation techniques. Relaxation techniques are forms of stress management that work to decrease the effects of stress on the mind and body. When practiced, these techniques can improve mood, reduce stress hormones, slow breathing, decrease heart rate, and reduce frustration, all of which can be associated with fear. Relaxation techniques include yoga, massage, aromatherapy, music, engaging in hobbies, and creative activities such as art, among others. Art. Practicing some type of art, whether it's painting or drawing or photography, can soothe and calm you and help you manage stress and negative emotions and combat anxiety and depression. Acceptance. When we free ourselves from the burden of trying to change or fix what's out of our control, we free ourselves to actually manage those things we can alter. This reduces our stress and frees us of the weight of bearing such a large mental and emotional burden. Sustainability mindset. A sustainability mindset is one that focuses on the big picture, not just the right now. This type of mindset is fundamental during times like these because it helps us not to get stuck in all the bad of the present. Instead, you can see into the positives of the distant future, such as the vaccines in the works, the economy eventually recovering, kids getting back to school and ultimately life getting better. Set boundaries. Boundaries are a crucial part of maintaining mental health. Setting boundaries means setting firm limits on what you can, will do, or allow, and what you will not, as a means of protecting your peace and overall wellness. Stay mentally active. Evidence supports the idea that engaging in some sort of mentally stimulating activity reduces stress responses and aids in the brain in feeling calm. Such activities include puzzles, writing, reading, and learning something new, such as a language. Stay hopeful. It is so important to remain hopeful if we want to maintain our mental health. Hope gives us something to look forward to and hold on to in the midst of the negativity we face. Focus on the present. Staying in the present acts as a grounding force, keeping us focused on the now versus the uncertainties of the future. It also decreases overthinking and reduces stress. Alone time. There is nothing wrong with spending a little time by yourself during times such as these. Sometimes time alone can recenter and refocus you, thereby getting you away from the chaos and cause of stress long enough to return to a place of calm. Crying. Shedding some tears offers a quick emotional release for pent-up emotions that we've not been able to verbalise or vocalise another way. While acting as an emotional outlet, crying can also reduce stress and boost our overall mood. Let's discuss the prevention of substance abuse and addiction. The chaos, uncertainty and fear of this season can leave people feeling stressed and unable to cope. This is exactly when alcohol and other substances can take advantage of such vulnerabilities. Take measures to help reduce the likelihood of addiction. Don't drink at all. Reduce your stress load. Focus with intention on a healthy lifestyle by engaging in healthy eating, exercising and sleeping patterns. Develop a regular routine because when you have a set pattern of activities, it leaves limited room to engage in unhealthy practices. Also, make sure to seek help if you feel drinking or drugs are becoming an issue. You can protect your mental health. Take the necessary steps today.